Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the HeroesCCL, brought to you by me, the co-streamer with the most. I didn't think of a rhyme before this. You can tell I don't rehearse or anything when it comes down to my own stream, but we're excited. Put your best rhymes for streamer in the chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the HeroesCCL as presented by Roll20. Feels good. I will be your co-streamer for today, Tetcher, bringing you all the action, giving you my best commentary from the days of HGC, from even before that to the days of WCS, all the way up to now, where I'm bringing you the best that I can for some of the best Heroes of the Storm in the world, not just North America, because we have players from all, I was going to say all three, but there's more than 3 continents, aren't there? From at least 3 continents. So, without any further ado, let's talk about what we have going on today. What games have you come to witness? It is the playoffs time, meaning that we are entering into the standard ladder phase of playoff play. As you can see, the top 3 teams from the group phase, Crowd Control, Wildheart Esports, and Oxygen Esports have all secured their place in the actual bracket phase of the playoffs. They are there. They have nothing to worry about. They are safe. The teams that you can currently see above, they are getting ready to play through a brutal gauntlet to decide who will be the 4th team to make it into that bracket phase. With each team, every point they get, every position they got during the group phase, they got themselves a little bit of extra leeway. As you can see, we'll be starting off with the teams in 7th and 8th position. Granit Gaming will be playing off against Chili Mountain. Chili Mountain, of course, being in 8th, Granit Gaming being in 7th. The winner of that best of 5 will move on to play against Simplicity, the team that finished in 6th position. They had a little bit of trouble, a solid early couple weeks, except for week 1, but they really seemed to struggle as the weeks went on. But there were some signs of life at the end, meaning we still have hope for Simplicity. See how they do. And then, of course, the winner of that will go on to play against Sidestep Kings, one of the best scaling rosters, but they've had a couple weeks away for holidays. They also have players from all of the 3 represented regions in CCL, Ultralisk from Europe. They have the Kyocha and Hyde from Korea, and of course, Fury and many more from America. There are plenty of options here. And of course, June from both. So, let's see if they've had enough time to scale up, to bring themselves up to that massive level like some of the other teams in those top 3 in the time that the holidays have given them. And of course, in 4th place, unable to sneak that 3rd place, what I casted with Udal a couple weeks ago, 30k sit in that 4th current position, meaning they only have to win 1 best of 5 to secure their place in that final 4. So they have a lot of leeway to do. That will, of course, be tomorrow, which I will be bringing you as well. So, of course, if you're Granit Gaming or Chili Mountain, you have to win 4 best of 5s. Simplicity, 3. Sidestep Kings, 2. 30k, 1. That's all they have to do. 30k, what some of the smartest players in the game right now. Chili Mountain, they have Sweded up, added some more Swedes to their roster and gotten rid of some of their players that didn't seem to be working as well. And that did help them win a series. Chili Mountain were able to win a series during the HeroesCCL. And that series was against Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming, though, they did also bust out the Butcher. So the legitimacy of that win is in question, but this is exactly what we are seeing here today. Chili Mountain have their chance for redemption. They can come in swinging today, and if they can take out Granit Gaming, they will prove that is not a fluke and potentially begin the dream run that is possible for them. Chili Mountain, if they can smash their way through Granit, they could go from 8th position, winning only 1 series of CCL, into that top 4. It would be the dream comeback. Granit Gaming, though, They have shown that they have power. They beat Oxygen Esports. They took a great series versus Crowd Control. They've shown they have the potential. It's a question of which Granit Gaming is here today. Is it the Nordic King? Or is it the Nordic thing? I really shouldn't attempt to rhyme. I really shouldn't do it. I'm not on point when it comes to rhymes today, but I will be on point when it comes to casting. And of course, again, winner will play against Simplicity. We'll see if any of the teams bring out their 6th players as well, see who's going to be flexible with their rosters. Going to be exciting. Should be entertaining. I, of course, am bringing you stats and everything. The one thing I will not be bringing you today is instant replays. Just as a fair point, the instant replay system that I am using has decided to break, so we're not going to be using that today, so I'll just be bringing you the action as standard as possible, because for some reason the instant replay has decided to eat a good 60% of my CPU, so we're just not gonna do that because it messes with the clean feed. So apologies, but I hope you all understand that it is not feasible, excuse me, for me to actually use the instant replays today. It's always a little extra anyway. I like to try and make my production quality as high as possible, see if I can snipe the mainstream on a couple cases when it comes to that, but in this case, it ain't happening. Sorry, fam. So, we're getting ready to jump in as soon as possible. Mainstream's nattering away about what is going on there. We're just going to be doing what we can. And of course, Jade Oceans, thank you very much for your subscription.
Thanks for casting CCL.
Thank you for subscribing. Very appreciated. Subscribed for 2 months. Very appreciated. And using your Twitch Prime, meaning that you haven't spent a single penny that you weren't spending already. This is going brilliant. This is great. I'm a professional, in case you haven't realised. 5-star caster. Fiverr said so. But Big B and Jade Oceans, thank you for subbing it today. Very appreciated. I did Big B during the intro, but during the main show as well. But big thank you to everyone who subs during this, because I make all of my money comes from Fiverr and casting these days, with the odd bit of I do a little bit of consulting for some esports companies that doesn't really pay much, but all of my money comes from casting and streaming, so it all comes from very generous people like all of you. So any subs or donations, or even if you just go check out my YouTube, if a sub is a little bit more expensive to you, if you look on my YouTube, there's a little join button underneath my underneath my channel and underneath my videos. If you click on that, you can support me for as little as 99 cents a month. You can support me for the price of a McDonald's soda. Cheaper than a McDonald's soda. Speaking of which, if you haven't watched MatPat's Food Theory, brilliant. Don't get a Burger King medium soda. Only get McDonald's large if you want the value of drink per money. That's how you do it. There you go. Advice that I stole from someone else. Don't say I don't teach you anything from someone else. We got it. For now, though, we're going to be getting ready to jump into this series. We've got a lot of hype coming up for you. What is the mainstream doing? Usually we would at least be getting ready to head into a draft. Then naturally, oh my god, Grammy's got a brilliant beard. Alright, well, oh, I got here just in time for the map stuff. So red ban was Volskaya, blue ban was Garden. Okay, so Granit Gaming, who are blue, are taking us to Towers of Doom. Wow, I timed that really well. Feels good, we know map bans for once. That's nice, brilliant. So, we're going to be getting ready to jump into this game number 1 very shortly. The map shall be Towers of Doom. Usually an ending map today. We get to start on it. Let's find some map statistics. So, when it comes to Granit Gaming, 33% win rate. Ooh, on Towers of Doom. Only 1 and 2 on Towers of Doom. Quite low for them. For the side of Chili Mountain, 25% win rate, so still lower. They are 1 and 4. So this is neither of these teams' top maps, so feels good. You think Grubby's beard makes it look like Grubby's evil twin? Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that sound. That means we have a draft. So let us head into it. Let's talk about what is going to be happening as we head into draft for game number 1. They've swapped the bloody sides on me. It's fine. I luckily didn't make the overlay, so it doesn't actually matter. This is fine. Okay, so that does mean that Chili Mountain are the ones who banned out Garden, and Granit Gaming are the ones who banned out Volskaya. let's get it started. We are batting out the Uther to start off with. Uther has been part of the double support meta for quite a while since it resurged, so it's a very sensible ban here. Get that out of here. Medivh is one of the most popular heroes. He has been involved in 84% of all CCL games and banned in 73% of them. He's pretty popular. He pops up quite a lot. The other hero is Chromie when it comes to top popularity. 87% of all games Chromie has appeared in and has been banned in 66% of them. Chromie is the, I believe, second highest banned hero. But in this case, not gonna be the case. Variant is taken out here. Now this is interesting. This is a very targeted ban at Chili Mountain here. They do like their variant. They've used it for quite a few of their wins in the past. So we're going to see that taken out. They have a 50% win rate on it, which is actually one of their highest win rate heroes, unfortunately to say. Taking that out. The Hogger was also banned, another very high priority hero. As we see Stukov starting off, the top support at the moment. That biotic armor is insane. Again, 1/3 of a win rate going over to Chili Mountain there. But that does give Nick his Cassia. He does like that Cassia quite a bit. He is very, very strong on it with a 50% win rate over 2 games, but it's still very scary to watch him play it, so it's a good pickup. D.Va coming in as well, one of the best offlaners in the game right now, especially with Hogger removed. Excuse me. The ability to just get that really fast soak rotation and that massive backline disruption is always nice. And on a map like this, where area control is good, you can even go to self-destruct builds to try and gain a bit more map control. There's that Chromie dropping a little bit further down the line here as we see Garrosh coming in for Bergolt. Bergolt, of course, by the way, did play for Granit Gaming and for a while until they swapped him out, with Skook taking over the tanking role and Bergolt being traded to Chili Mountain. Granit Gaming also picked up Yasu partway through the season to swap out as their support, whereas Chimera has managed to stay through the whole season. But Maka and Gia were added to Chili Mountain's roster as well, replacing their 2 assassins, CPX and Mysticles. So we see the Yrel taken away. Dartmog is very strong in that Yrel, and it's someone who can keep up with D.Va well enough. There's a very tanky, a lot of disruption to that backline. It would be a strong choice. Lucio taken out. Lucio plus D.Va is a very strong combo if you keep her moving. Her attack damage can actually work people down quite quickly. Her trait slows her movement speed, so if you can keep D.Va running forward, she actually is very, very scary to deal with. Masquerade is in fact not playing. Excellent point from the chat. Masquerade has also been traded to one of these teams. Wait, no, Masquerade's on Simplicity, right? That's the wrong. That's a different team, right? I'm not. Am I crazy? Am I getting the teams wrong? Yeah, Masquerade's on Simplicity. I am right. So yeah, he'll be playing in the next series if he is playing today. Anduin coming in with Muradin. Muradin is okay against Garrosh. If he gets thrown in, he jumps out. If he can time it right, he can usually tank the hard engage. Very similar strategy to what Chili Mountain has been running a couple times before, going with the triple melee, bringing out that Thrall. This is the 3rd time they've brought out the Thrall, I believe. I will double check that with my own stats, because I have those. Yes, the 3rd time they brought out the Thrall. They have yet to win with the Thrall, but they are going to bust it out here. So what do we see from Granit? They bring out Genji. That is interesting. Genji is not a highly picked hero. It is also their first time showing Genji. The idea for this is to let D.Va and Muradin and Cassia, very tanky frontlines, deal with that triple frontline composition of Chili Mountain, and then use that Genji to try and deal with Chromie. It's a very solid strategy that could work out quite well in their favor, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can utilize that to the best effect. Interesting to see. Very interesting indeed. I'm curious to see if this will work. The Genji is a risky pick, but it doesn't matter so much because they do have a hyper carry hero. When we talk about hyper carries, we're talking about heroes who can do all the range damage if needed. Heroes who, if their team dies, or their upper assassin dies, they can still win fights. So in this case, we're talking Cassia is definitely one of them. Vala is one of them. She has the risk of being a bit squishier though. Tychus nowadays, absolutely able to do all the damage, and Sylvanas. These would be the 4 that I would consider very reasonable when it comes to being solo hyper carry assassins. So in this case, they've got the Genji as a solid burst follow-up, but even if Genji is to die, because Genjis do that sometimes, they still have Cassia as the backup option. They have enough wave clear, which is another thing Genji can lack in because of Cassia's fend, and they're, of course, D.Va offlane, able to clear very quickly. Overall, a very sensible draft by Granit Gaming. Chilly Mount, on the other hand, they have a lot of poke. Great for the objective, decent wave clear, of course, all the way across the board, especially with Chromie. So they have their options very nicely. Overall, this is a solid draft for both teams, but Granit Gaming are playing a little more reactionary to the draft of Chilly Mountain. Chilly Mountain are trying to dictate the pace with this multiple melee draft, and the Thrall is going to be very interesting. Let's see if it works out for them. We're heading into game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. On the right, it is Granit Gaming, as they slowly get squished into the side of the screen. Svangrotta playing on the D.Va, heading on the Anduin. Skoog on the Muradin. Nick is playing the Cassia, and Yasuo is going to be playing the Genji. I didn't even register that. Heading on the Anduin. Yasuo on the Genji. I didn't even register that. Yasuo usually the support player on the Genji here. They've got a little bit of a role swap coming in. Very nice to see. On the left is Chilly Mountain. Beargalt on the Garrosh. Chimera on the Stukov. Gia on Chromie. Maka is on the Thrall. And that, of course, leaves Darkmok already in top lane on the Sonya. Let's get this rolling. For starters, as a reminder, I do not control the observing. I am watching a clean feed, so if you see stutter, that might be on... If you see a little bit of stutter, that could be on my side or their side, so I apologize if that happens. If it does, I will try and find another solution. But if you see observing issues, that is on their side. It is also the fact that we are watching the what is called the slaving PC clean feed, meaning that we do not get the smoothing effect of another observer following the original observer. We are stuck with the original raw observing. That is a small behind-the-scenes trick for CCL and HTC that they used, where you get a smoothened experience if you watch someone else's view. So they would always have one observer watching another observer, literally just following his view with the O button to get the full experience. There you go, a little bit of behind the scenes here. Let's talk about the game. Full Metal coming in for the D.Va, no surprise there. Wants to get that sustain, needs to be able to hold the line. Thrall, rolling Thunder, no surprise. Really wants to burst through that Muradin. They need that percentage damage. Sonya can, of course, go into percentage damage later. For now, though, is starting with the War Paint. Going with a little bit of extra sustain here, trying to keep themselves healthy. Could jump away by Muradin, saving himself there. They keep himself sustained. I realise the volumes are probably a little loud for you all. I've turned it down a little bit. Here comes Svangrotta for the engage, trying to get Beargalt here, but you can see Yasuo is too low to follow up here. Everyone's going to back up. Svangrotta dropped quite low. Full Metal is great sustain, but it does take a while to heal up fully, so we will not see that topped up for a while. Yasuo's in fact going to pour back, but interrupted by Gia. Maka looking to chase. Maka in the 4-man, as a reminder, going in for a battle Thrall style. Not going to try and contest versus D.Va. Full Q build Cassia with Inner Light and the Thunder Fury for the max sustain. But even with that little bit of extra spell power, we still see Biotic Armor coming in for the Stukov. Great against the D.Va, great against Cassia. It's still going to be solid as we see Sonya busting out a little bit of extra burst. We're still going slam, we're just not going for the extra little bit of burst that the level 1 offers. Instead, we see some more sustain based later on. Double channel snuck in. They are going for it here. Can Darmok make it in time? No, he can't. He was getting the perfect read by Granit Gaming. Nicely done. They're going to trade 2 for 1 here as Granit Gaming sneak the double channel up top, making the most of where they knew or believed Sonya was. What a play there. Absolutely superb. Quick throw, not the full distance. Slight misplay by Beargalt there. Not able to get the full angle onto heading. It's very hard to land. Garrosh is a very tough tank to play. For this reason, he will back away. The game calms down a bit. Sledgehammer for Muradin. They want to control bot lane. It's a great way to do it. Great structure race. Making their way forward. Rush down for the D.Va. Joining again. Granit Gaming, they are looking for fights significantly more than Chili Mountain are. Chili Mountain playing as a 4-man, sometimes a 3-man, as Bergots will be murdered. Granit Gaming looking for exactly that. They are hunting kills at this stage of the game. They want to try and capitalize on this. Thrall in the 4-man, going with follow through, giving himself a little bit of extra burst. Might as well. You don't need any of the other sustain talents at this level. You don't need the Ancestral Wrath because you already have the extra damage. You want to be able to kill those backlines and kill the Genji, very importantly. Muradin going with a Skull Cracker to keep people locked down, keep that CC up, and keep the control going. Sonya still focusing on dealing with Merc camps here, goes with the Battle Rage. A little bit of extra burst sustain, always nice. Look at that burst onto Yasuo with such low hit points. But Maka may have been enough more Pikachu here as the engage comes in, counter-engage. Yasuo with the dash, able to pick up the kill. Ulti spawning in bot lane, and there may not be many members of Chili Mountain left to try and cap it. They will be able to disengage, but no one is anywhere near close to that bottom lane. That is going to be a very simple cap for Granit Gaming, playing very aggressively and capitalizing on the strengths of their comp. Very nicely done. Easy zone. They even have a camp pushing in here. Good angle on that Dragon Breath by Gia to try and siege that down a bit. Genji was swift as the wind, and of course the strike at the heart is going very mobile here. Level 7 though is going with the Augmented Guard, giving himself a little bit of a shield. He understands that there's a lot of burst coming in. Other option might have been dodge, but dodge only works on one basic attack. Might be good against Sonya, might be good against Thrall. In this case, he's just going with the extra shield because that helps against Chromie, the biggest threat on this team. There's the throw. Scoop, focus down, pre-level 10. A little bit of trouble, but again, Bergolt is turned on. That's the issue with this comp. Self-destruct is dropped, quickly popped, and they'll just disengage. But yeah, this seems to be the theme of Granit Gaming. They go in, they let themselves get engaged on, and then they just pick off Garrosh. Even without any percentage damage at this stage of the game, except for Rushdown, they seem more than capable of burning through this Garrosh's health pool. No troubles at all here as they get their level 10s a little bit early. Light Bomb coming in. The Genji Light Bomb wombo, it does exist. They also have Dwarf Toss Light Bomb, and of course D.Va Dash Light Bomb. Very exciting. They have the Micro Missiles, Ball Lightning for follow-up, and Dragon Blade, baby. They are not afraid of the Taunt, which is very risky. Taunt is a very solid counter to the Dragon Blade if they can land it, so they have to be careful around that. Toss with Temporal Loop. Leap of Faith used a bit early. Light Bomb using Temporal Loop for the engage into the fray to keep Chimera alive, but Dragon Blade already deleting Thrall. Marker is taken out. Camp is stolen. And Granit Gaming, complete control there. They recognized that they used the Leap of Faith early, so immediately they dropped the Light Bomb. Timed it perfectly, with Skoog being flipped back in to get the multi-man stun for the engage. Bergolt got a great into the fray onto Chimera for the setup, but Thrall not tanky enough at this stage of the game. Got taken out. It's the big issue with Thrall or most melee assassin heroes. A lot of the meta these days is very much around burst. Very nicely done. That was well played. Timeout for the Chromie now. Trying to avoid that CC trade again. Sankrata doing the camp, but it doesn't look like... Will Darkmock invade? He will not. He will let this go. Right now, just under a full level lead for the side of Granit Gaming. Looking strong here. They find Bergolt. Bergolt just going to Indomitable, wants to be safe. He can't really even throw people over the center wall anymore because the side wall is so weak they would easily be able to burst their way out. Skoog looks for Gia, unable to find it. 22 stacks on his base, 13 stacks on Perfect Storm. Looking good, he's got a couple kills to gain those extra stacks on his base. Working quite well. You can see Yasuo hovering around here. He's waiting for his opportunity to engage if he is needed. Already doing such a good job here. Where do we go from here? Level 13 is online, half a level away for Chili Mountain. Light Bomb, not timed well this time. They misplayed that a bit, miscommunication. There's the taunt onto two members in the beautiful lurking arm. Takes out Anduin. Scoop going to be massive shoved away as Samgranta comes in from the side to try and get the counter kill, but he cannot find it. He has self-destruct, so they will zone them away. That was a great lurking arm with an insane play from Dark Chimera to set that up for his team. With Anduin gone, that might be Granit Gaming zoned away here. Chili Mountain will grab their own side. Chimera needs to start topping people up, zoned out by the missiles. There's the heal onto Burger, making the most of the armor here. Timeout onto Svamgrota to give Gia some space as Yasu does his job. He pressures Gia, stops that channel coming in. In the meantime, sneaky cap coming in from Skoog prevents the double cap, and we will see an even trade for the two teams. Self-destruct is dropped. They lock down Bergold, who gets hit by the self-destruct, but Chimera gets the great bio kill switch and is able to get the heals. This is still Granit Gaming's game to lose, but with 13 now on the board for Chili Mountain, they are in place to try and make a comeback play. They're looking a little bit better now. 20 health to 32, still a very solid lead for Granit Gaming. No escape for Sonya. Ball lightning, throw, but a slight miss on the throw again. Taunt comes out. They are able to get the light bomb onto just Mako, who is tanking through. Dragonblade doing a huge amount of damage, but Yasu can't go any further. The damage output is good, but they don't finish the job. They're looking for it, but Chimera, he desperately trying to heal his team up. The healing output just isn't there yet. There's too much damage coming in from Granit Gaming, but they do all live this time. They live through the Dragon Blade. It's a long cooldown, 80 seconds left on it as they creep forward. They still have Earthquake, but Avatar is available for Granit Gaming on the other side. Chili Mountain would have a rough time pushing their way through this. You see in terms of hero damage, Genji is topping it out right now. On the other side, no one is close to Genji or Cassia except for Chromie, and that is the issue. Thrall is the next closest, but he is being outpaced. He's not getting the freedom he needs to actually deliver that damage output. Virulent Reaction is available. That's going to be a big deal. Bronzebeard Rage, very nice to see that's becoming popular. Triple Alter Phase. Double cap being attempted again. Granit Gaming, they don't care. They are just willing to give the pressure. Spear comes out. Toss, throw, root, taunt. Can they get the follow-up kill onto the pilot? There's the roll away with the GG, and that's good. Good to go. They pick that up. Skoog now leaps away. Chromie is dueling with Cassia in bot lane, preventing a double cap. As we will see Stukov grabbing it for his team. Genji dashes away. No one is getting bot yet, but Chromie is being zoned away by Cassia. Making her way back in. Nick, he's overstayed a bit, but so much damage. He eats Marker. Why is Thrall being played again? Light Bomb comes in, does not land. It zones away though, and that's going to allow Nick to escape. It's a 4v5 down in this bottom lane as Chili Mountain look to take control. Toss onto Skoog. Root. Avatar's dropped. Leap of Faith saves the day. Granit Gaming stay alive, but that zone is good enough as Chili Mountain will claim this altar. Bring the score 16 to 22. 24, I can map. Still in favor of Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming holding, but Chili Mountain, they're creeping their way back in. The single target picks they have a long CC chain. Anduin is the saving grace for this. He's even got Holy Nova for a little bit of extra burst healing. But honestly, this has to be a Glyph of Faith game. Temporal Loop. Follow-up CC, holding in the silence. The body blocks, insane by Granit. They chain the death. She just got back. That is a big kill for Chili Mountain. They're finding their groove. They look for Skoog. Taunt. Light Bomb for the turnaround. They get the shield, but the Lurking Arm lives just long enough. The limited duration on Lurking Arm from that growing infestation is just long enough to hold Muradin there for enough time for Chili Mountain to chain yet another kill. Granit Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, are beginning to fall apart. Chili Mountain creep their way forward. They've got Sappers stolen by Sonya. They are about to claim the first bell tower of the game as Chili Mountain take bot lane. Granit Gaming now. It's a double alter phase. 10 shots here would finally give Chili Mountain their first lead in this game. They've finally overtaken the experience. Can they overtake in shots? Let's see where they go. We have the Dwarf launch for Muradin. A little bit of extra range. He wants to be able to get deep in there. Genji, who, by the way, went for the way of the Shimada and has now gone for final cut. A second little interrupt. Dragon Breath interrupts once. Shots already taken from bot lane. Maka sneaks that away. 5 shots down to 18. 2 points difference between the two teams. 3 to 5 available here. If there's the indomitable already burned, Dartbot comes in from above it. Yasuo is not being touched. Grotto, remember, still has the self-destruct. He can zone. Dwarf launch into the backline. Life of good night, Eileen. As we see the focus onto Bergold. There's the kill. That was insane as Granit Gaming get the perfect engage, making it look easy as they will get the cap. They time it with taking bot altar, meaning that they will get 4 shots instead of 3. No, yes, they will. They got it just in time. And Granit Gaming hold on to their lead. They keep themselves ahead. 12 points to 18 right now, as they push their way through. Dartbok being engaged on. He will survive this, but there's a lot of hate coming in. Maybe he won't actually. The mini stun. Skoog, he dodges the Storm Bolt. He's in full retreat. The fort is taking shots. They root him. Maka takes the kill. Chili Mountain, they are not dead yet. They hold themselves together. The root from Maka, the use of the bell tower to take the shots. They hold themselves together. Nick sneaks away, is able to snipe a camp there. That is potential core damage. Is going to force the reaction out of Chili Mountain. Bot bell tower being retaken here. You can see that Chimera stuck off auto attack damage being used there. We have a little bit of stutter. Seems we are still... Oh dear. It looks like we're okay. We're okay. Skoog going to jump away. We're going to assume we're okay. We're fine. We're not live anymore, but that's fine. We'll fix that during the break. Chili Mountain still in this. They've evened up the shots. Sonya pushing out top lane, trying to really get some counter pressure there, get some shots. Double alter. This is not lethal for either team. Chili Mountain, they are playing very aggressive with Genji coming back, though. And level 20 on the board, half a level earlier. There's that Cliff of Faith. We called it. Light Bomb, Dwarf Launch. They get Sonya, but that's all they get. The focus is there, though, into the fray to get Darkmock out of there. They get a Temporal Loop onto Yasuo, who's able to dash away with the final cut. Another Leap of Faith to pull him out of the Temporal Loop and get him out of danger. Bergold is now completely alone and is taken out of Screwtails into the backline to set up more. He gets around the flailing swipe. The stun is dodged by Chimera, and that will be the end of this fight. 1 for 1. We can see Genji was still killed. Cassia sneaks a cap here for Granit Gaming. That's 4 shots onto the core of Chili Mountain. Bot Alter still being contested. Level 20 is hit. Ignore pain. There's the Titanic Might, the controlled chaos. Chimera in trouble. Nick from above goes to the 1v1 versus Maka. Zones him out. The growing infestation of the Skoog and Sramgrotta stops them pushing forward. Sramgrotta tries to sneak the channel. They gotta push forward. They gotta make their way in to prevent these shots. And they can do it. Self-destruct will zone out this corner. Not very well aimed here. Darkmock tags through with the ignore pain. Skoog jumps for freedom. Sramgrotta, he's able to get out of the temporal loop by re-dropping his mech to change the targeting. Dashes away. Granit Gaming, are they going to have to end this siege? Will they lose these shots as Dartmock tries to zone, Gian tries to zone, and they get it. Dwarf launch, not enough. The rush was too far. The ball lightning bouncing around. Dartmock's in trouble. Dartmock killed by the ball lightning. Nick diving forward. He wipes them there. Takes out the Stukov as well. And we will see Chili Mountain. They are able to get the shots. 8 to 14. But they do lose the fight. Granit Gaming hold themselves in position. This series already so close, but Granit Gaming, they hold on to a lead here. They're going to try to half the health of Chili Mountain on this core, rushing down onto the boss. They know they have the man advantage. They know they have everything in their favor. This is the permanent damage that guarantees them lethal as long as they hold on to 3 bell towers. They have top pushed up. They can grab top bell tower there. They have mid pushed up. They can grab a bell tower there. They can grab camps and rush down bot. No matter what, as long as they hold on to 3 bell towers, they have lethal on the next objective, which is 1 altar. Chili Mountain, they need a lot. They are going to need a big play to do this. Van Grotte making the most of this, making the most of that AoE damage he does. Grabs themselves a camp. That D.Va value. They push their way in. Sappers available. What's the defense going to be like from Chili Mountain? Do they just let this go? Numbers not in their favor. Sapper 1, 2 make their way in. Only bot ulta. You can see the immediate rush to mid. They see enough people down there that they believe they can take that using Sledgehammer. They don't finish it. They try to cause a distraction. Bottom ulta is now lethal. Mid cannot get any attention because bot is where it's at. If they lose someone early, it's a disaster. Titanic might Burgo may have just saved his team the game as he throws away the light bomb, keeps them safe temporarily into the backline. Earthquake is perfectly angled. Dragonblade onto the backline, trying to focus Gia. The micro missiles are diving deep. Here comes the leap away by Yasu. Self-destruct zones the team. Darkmock is doing an insane job keeping everyone away from his team so that they can deal with Genji. Yasu is taking a very long way around. He has to get to the fountain. The mech is destroyed. Van Grotte's stun is interrupted. He finds no one. Yasu is topped up. He is healed. He's coming back in. Can they take the fight? No mech available. Half the timing left on that. You can see Nick is trying to zone on the backline, trying to cause a distraction. Ball Lightning is completely disabled. They split perfectly. Darkmock again, trying to hold for his team with Ignore Pain. The spin to win, to hold. Growing Infestation. Darkmock is low. Needs the healing. Stukov tries to get it. The armor is applied. Can Darkmock survive? Bio kills with these for life. Temporal loop! Yasu leaps away. Yes, Van Grotte stays alive and is going to be murdered in the first of all. Down goes Yasu to Maka as Gia has the final shots. They're zoned away and Chili Mountain are still going. They're going to try and cap this. They will get the 4 shots onto the core and they're going to grab bot bell tower while they do it. They can't afford to wait. You might argue it would be worth timing it, but mid was under too much pressure. They would have still ended up with the same amount of shots. This is safer. Just keep moving as fast as possible. Chili Mountain, 10 health left on the core of Granit Gaming. Chili Mountain are still under threat of lethal as mid goes down. The minions clearing that up as they run and quickly grab some camps. They need a distraction so that they can deal with mid and potentially top, which is still pushing in. D.Va, relentless up there. There is no chill from Granit Gaming as they continue to just pile on the pressure. Camp spawning up there. Even more pressure about to come into top. What can they do? What can they do? The ulters are still not spawning for quite a while. It's another single ulter play. Great news for Chili Mountain. The game is gifting them so much value here by giving them a single ulter again, thus preventing allowing them to force all of their pressure onto one point and take the big team fights where their team seems to get the advantage. Sonya is soloing mid bell tower, trying to cap it herself. Has to back away though, no more minions. Sappers make it into top, and the minion wave will finish that off. Bad news for Chili Mountain. Lots of shots are being denied to them here. It is currently 4-3. Mid is reclaimed. They timed that well. They're preventing it from being recapped by Sonya waiting there. 4-4. They actually even it up. Which unfortunately means for Chili Mountain, it's still lethal. Granit Gaming, missiles, spotting Darkmock. Good conclave set up here. Gia, trap in the bush, trying to catch Genji, but he inevitably dives in. Beargolt, looking for his angle. Remember, the light bomb, dwarf toss. That is what they have to interrupt. That's what they have to be careful of. They have to time this so well. And remember, both these tanks are playing on NA with EU ping. It's going to be down to pure skill. Light bomb, dash, it hits no one. Self-destruct, they tried to one-bomb. Beargolt is able to tank through and buy time. Gia and Chimera working together to stay alive. Timeout with the temporal loop. They don't land the falling sword. And it's going to be Sonya who's taken out. They didn't land the combo on Genji. They don't trade this as they turn around. This is a mad advantage in favor of Granit Gaming. The first one they've had in quite a while, but we still see Chili Mountain fighting. They have to. This is lethal. They can't afford to die. Van Grotte, but big dive by Skoog. See you later, Gia, with the follow-up from Nick. Van Grotte is low, but they can't finish the job. The micro missile slow. Stun from Skoog from downtown. Maka is desperately trying to find something, but his health is low. It's a 3 versus 4 right now as Genji did die. Hennig is trying to channel. Can they get there? The body blocks are good, and that is going to be GG. see as Granit Gaming will take game number 1. Very nicely done. Granit Gaming able to take the first game. Chili Mountain, moments of brilliance and control. They put themselves in a position where they might have been able to make the comeback, but in this case, Granit Gaming held them firm. Janeja, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Very appreciated. Granit Gaming, they held that very well. Another great dodge on the light bomb. This time coming in from Genji. Very surprising. Would have been unexpected. But in this case, they were able to split it, but they didn't land the temporal loop lurking arm. That was the play. If they could get the lurking arm, Chromie might have been able to finish off Yasu, and they would have been a 4v4 much earlier. Sonya, this time, was burst down too much. It was only Genji in that backline, so the rest of the team was very outnumbered. Sonya had no extra healing in this case, so the Ignore Pain could only sustain her through a little bit, and she got focused down and taken out by Nick. In this case, they were unable to survive. Excuse me. Very solid play, very controlled by Granit Gaming. Great play by Chili Mountain to even just get that close to making a comeback. That's only game number 1 of this best of 5 as a reminder, so we got plenty of games to come. Feels good. I like that. That was good. Just that slight lateness on the lurking arm, that slight wind-up is really what cost them that final fight. They could have maybe taken that in the 4v4, but the second it was a 5v4, it just wasn't in Chili Mountain's favor anymore, and they got taken out. Very nicely done. Game 1 in favor of Granit Gaming. They are now 2 wins away from going on to play against Simplicity. A reminder what this table will look like for you all. As you can see here, we're starting with Granit Gaming versus Chili Mountain. Winner plays Simplicity. And we're looking for the teams to make it into that final 4. Crowd Control, Wild Heart Esports, and Auction. Winner of the Gauntlet phase will play against Crowd Control, a tough opponent. And of course, here are other final matches which will be played tomorrow. Sidestep Kings versus the winner of Simplicity and the winner of this. And then, of course, the final team in the Gauntlet is 30k. Lots of potential, lots of hype. That for a first game of a series, that was mental. That was awesome. Feels amazing, fam. Very cool to see. So we're going to be getting ready for game number 2 so that we can get this as sorted as possible. I am very hyped already. That was awesome. So yeah, I'm really glad, as Jade Ocean said in chat, glad to see Chili Mountain playing their hearts out, even if they didn't win. It's good. It means we're going to have a great series, and that's what we always want. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. Obviously, you guys could have a favorite, of course, and I have my favorites too. I won't tell you what they are, because they're mine. But my biggest focus when it comes to games, which game is going to be best. That's what I care about the most. I just want the games to be as interesting as possible. So we're going to be getting ready to jump into game number 2 as quickly as possible, hopefully, assuming the mainstream keeps up with us. I can also jump back to the live by hitting that little live button, even though we had a bit of stutter. It looks like either Firefox, which is what I'm recording, or OBS is eating a little bit more CPU than usual, so that might be why we're having these issues. I'll try and fix it for tomorrow, but overall, we're managing. This is fine. Everything is okay. No one needs to panic except me, and I can hide that behind a facade of calmness and composure. Alrighty, glad to see the Genji. Again, Granit Gaming, first time they've shown that. It's a nice surprise pick, which really throws a wrench into a lot of teams who might be preparing for them's wheelhouse? I don't know. Stiff upper lip? So stiff. I don't really understand that phrase. I think it's just the whole idea of just don't show you're sad. I don't know how to look sad. I look sad naturally. Alrighty. So, we're going to be getting ready. Thank you to the 32 of you who are all watching right now. I hope you are enjoying the show. I'm, of course, the co-streamer. I am not being paid by CCL or Roll20. Actually, that's a lie, because I always try to be transparent. I was paid by Roll20, but not for CCL recently. But I have been paid by Roll20 in the past. I did their charity stream a little bit recently, and they did do an appearance fee for that. It was very fun. Gabe was a fantastic DM. I had a lovely time. I played Quecko the Techo Gecko, aka Lizard Folk Artificer. Got my shit rocked. It was pretty fun though, but that was an entertaining thing, and we made some money for charity. It was good. But yes, I don't get paid for CCL by anyone. I do this on my own stream using the co-streamer program, so I'm 100% supported by all of you, people who are very generous to watch and watch ads when I hit them. I'm not going to hit them here because people won't hear the end of the sentence, and by people who donate via bits or via Streamlabs, both incredibly appreciated, and by people who either subscribe on Twitch, which is a very big source of income and very appreciated. Gift subscriptions, especially, very kind people who do that. We got to our 100 sub goal before Christmas. Of course, I didn't stream for 20 days, so we're back down to 58. But we hit the goal so amazingly via the insane generosity of people, so thank you everyone who supported during that time around the Christmas period. It was very appreciated. You are all amazing. You can also, if subscribing is a little bit too rich for your blood, then you can go to my YouTube, where I have all these replays, all these VODs on YouTube with the gaps edited out, and you can check me out there, and you can hit that join button and support for as little as 99 cents a month. So if you're interested, maybe go check that out and just give me a subscribe. I've been sitting around 3K subscribers for a while. Maybe I could hit 4K in 2021. That'd be cool. Haven't done that before, so maybe you guys can support me in doing that. Maybe that's going to be our goal. Maybe I focus on YouTube without neglecting Twitch for a bit. Excuse me. We're into draft number 2. Let's get this going. Okay, so yeah, 2021 goals. Let's start off. So for now, we're gonna hit 100 subs again. We're gonna hit 100 subs again. That's our first goal. Then I think our long-term goal will be try and get YouTube to 4,000 subscribers. YouTube.com/Tetcher. And I'll try and create some content around that. Also, I want to create commercials for this channel. Not to play on other people's channels, to play on this channel during the breaks. Because the people who run the adverts, they don't pay me to run those adverts. Sure, I can hit the run ad button, but I want to create commercials for subbing to Tetcher. So if anyone has any ideas for that, please put them in my Discord. I have some ideas, but I want commercials to sub, commercials to donate, for example. I want something really silly and dumb. Jixie, thank you very much for the sub!
Tetcher Pog.
Imepog, thank you very much for the sub for 26 months. That is insane. The bands are very similar, but in this case, we see the Cassia band out. And Janetcha, thank you for gifting a sub to Infafox. Is that like infrared, but it's just invisible foxes? Because that would be cool. Thank you very much for gifting that sub. Very appreciated. You are very kind. We are at 59 subs. Feels good. Alrighty, so Chili Mountain, first pick of the day. They get the Muradin, stealing that away from Granit Gaming. It was very effective last time, so the Muradin shall be the first pick. Very cool to see. Muradin has jumped up quite a lot in priority. Diablo is still quite high up there, but yeah, Muradin seems to be a go-to pick these days for a lot of these teams. It's cool. Alrighty. Stukov and a Nubarak. Ooh. The Stukov. Stolen away, of course, is the standard stuff here. What happens on the channel after CCL finals? On my channel, I will be casting a little bit more a little bit more NGS. I could be doing some Storm Div qualifiers if I can. I'm going to focus more on some Heroes Lounge. I'm just going to be doing casting. I like casting. That is the focus. So just whatever casting is available, I'll be trying to do that. Trying to get at least 2 casting days in a week is my plan. Rexar going to be coming in for Chili Mountain. It's Dragonshire. Top lane control is going to be insane here. So Rexar on the board, and Hanzo. Bottom objective is Hanzo's freaking wheelhouse. Scatter arrows onto the objective means a lovely time, so the arrows just bounce around and kill everything. It's always quite fun. So this is a great map for Hanzo, very smart pickup by Chili Mountain, as Brightwing shall be banned away. Kira taken out. Kira, one of the heroes who can really bully Rexar out of lane. It's a very sensible ban. Very sensible indeed. Granit Gaming now. What do we see from them? They need someone who can try and contest Rexxar in top lane. This might be a Yrel, maybe a Sonya with some more hyper-aggressive style. D.Va struggles a little bit. She can do okay. Tychus, that's a good pick to deal with Muradin. One of the best assassins right now. One of Nick's best assassins especially. There's that Sonya. Single target burst build can give you a reasonable chance against the bear and a great chance of killing Rexxar if you get the opportunity. Sustain Whirlwind build, not so great versus Rexxar because the Misha can just sustain through with either Hungry Bear or the Hunter-Gatherer. So in this case, going with the single target burst gives you a better chance of just killing the bear, and that really limits Rexxar's capabilities. Excuse me. Malfurion Zool. Oh my, another triple melee composition. I mean, double. We'll count Rexxar. We'll count the Misha. Why not? So yeah, triple melee coming in once again. Zool for Marco, who's playing a lot of melee assassins in this game. I'm curious what build he goes for. Tank Zool would obviously be pretty reasonable, but Q-based Zool could give them a very interesting chance to try and reduce the healing output and the damage output of Granit Gaming, give them a much more easier fight. Imperius, another triple melee, triple bruiser, still king by the looks of it. For CCL as Granit Gaming bring out the Imperius. That is potentially a 4-man Imperius, which is real deadly. Lots of kill potential available for that. I like it. I like it. That is a strong lineup for both teams. The percentage damage potential for Granit Gaming is kind of mental if they were to choose to go down that route. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. That is an interesting draft to run in with. The Imperius is so good in the 4-man, and Tychus is a great follow-up because the amount of burst damage he actually does. And you don't need the percentage damage. I personally quite like the Burn the Impure in the 4-man because it gives you much better burst potential. But the cooldown reduction on the spear gives you so much time. And if you want to stack in the rhythm, time CC'd is always decent. So no complaints there. Excuse me. So we're going to be getting ready to head into game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you're enjoying, drop subs, drop bits. Check out the YouTube, drop a sub there, maybe hit that join button as we head into game number 2. Let's get this going. On the left, Chili Mountain. Dark Chimera playing in the Malfurion. Beargalt on the Muradin. Gia on Hanzo. Maka on Zool. And that leaves Darkmok playing the Rexxar. On the right, Granit Gaming, Svangrata playing the Sonya, heading on the Stukov. We have Skook playing on the Nubrak. Nick is playing the Tychus. And that leaves Yasuo going to be playing the Imperius. Very interesting. Yasuo healing a lot for the team. Now bringing in a lot of melee. Very chaotic. And ooh, Beetles! Very exciting. Beetles coming in as the level 1 for Skoog. Yasuo already in position. He did not go with Burn the Impure or the cooldown reduction. Very interesting. He's going with what appears to be a more solo lane talent, but the Consuming Flame already lands a charge as they just eat Muradin. Goodbye. That's the first blood for Granit Gaming. A good backlash comes out from the Zool to get a little bit of counter damage. Marker contesting that. But yeah, Consuming Flames here, increasing the center damage of Solarion's Flame by 125. Great for wave clear. Not going to be able to use it for a while because he is dead. RIP. Rest in peace. But yeah, getting that little bit of extra slow, and of course if it hits a hero, it restores 30 mana. It's very solid for a little bit of self-sustain and gives you a lot of extra wave clear. Great for the solo lane. Famgrota is maybe going to die. Nope, it is instead going to be Darkmok. The great trade 1v1. Skoog arriving before Beargalt, allowing the advantage to go over to Granit Gaming as they grab second kill as well. Very nice trading back and forth, and neither of these teams given up yet. 2 kills to 1 right now in favor of Granit Gaming. Imperius has made it back down to bottom. This looks like it's going to be the play, with mid lane being the focus of these teams instead of what is usually the focus of these teams and the focus on this map, the bot lane. So a little bit of a strategy flip by both these teams in order to match each other instead of roaming for kills a lot. Charge, focus, Marco in trouble, and he's dead, boy. Goodbye. They're even going to go a little bit further. Look for Gia, who is able to jump away. Here comes Beargalt, gets a stack. Not much else. Meridian went for the heavy impact here. Got a little bit of extra sustain, a little bit of extra armor. Will help him a little bit, not too much. Let's see where else we go. Ooh, reverberation for Muradin. Now this could either, of course, lead into just more avatars, which is great self-sustain, or it could lead into a burst build. He could go for it. He hasn't gone for the stacking damage, which definitely lessens the chance of that. But it's not out of the realms of possibility, especially for a meme lover like myself. Gives them a lot more potential. So yeah, Dwarf block coming in. The next hero basic attack is obviously the issue with that. Great against Sonya, who's gone for full slam build. Not so great against Tychus. You will lose those blocks. But when Tychus goes to Odin form, it will help. Nubrak. Continuing just for a very sustain-focused build. Not going for the usual talent a lot of people go for on this level, which is the extra slow on the Impale with the bed of barbs. Yasuo goes for it, does not land the stun. Instead going with the Shed Exoskeleton, a little bit of extra mobility. He allowed him to do plays like that. That body block just in time with the Dwarf Toss from Burgold. Just escapes danger. Already very chaotic game number 2. Hunter Gatherer for Rexxar. They're still fighting Sonya. Sonya is coming out worse. There she goes. Thank you, Observer. It's almost like you could hear me, which you can't. It's always going for main tank build, by the way. Not going for the other option, which is a more skeletal and Q-based build, which would allow him to zone objectives quite well, get a lot of damage reduction, but instead, he's ready to fight in melee. Good stun by Bergolt, gets Maka out of danger, as top shall be reclaimed by Sonya, preventing a double channel. Chitinous plating for Anubrak as well. Cooldown reduction on his own shield, which will allow him a lot of extra sustain. So they're not going to go with the leeching scarabs, a talent that exists, is the best term I can use. Excuse me, my apologies. So, Chimera going to go down and help Maka here, who did quite a bit of damage doing that camp. Wants to make sure he's topped up and sustained. Very slow early game other than these kills, which another one is being attempted. Lurking arm, body blocks, beautifully done. Granit Gaming, very easy kill. That's a good charge. She is in trouble. A lot of burst coming in. Just gets the natural agility. Able to get out of danger there because that was real close. Yasuo caps that, but top has already gone back over to Rexxar. Darmok. Spear does land. Nick is there. You get a little bit of damage. They've gone for the melting point. There's a lot of crowd control on the other side. You could have made an argument for the Relentless Soldier, but in this case, that little bit of extra wave clear is going to be very welcome. Of course, Tychus has great wave clear anyway, so does Sonya, but Stukov, and Noob, and Imperius, they're okay, but they're not great. And if you're trying to rotate quickly, great wave clear is a necessity. So Nick going for this, very sensible. Bergolt, has he been the one who can chew here? They get the slow, no more lurking arm. They're going to try and track him down. Grenade lands, spear from above. And Granit Gaming grab another kill. They even get level 10 as we see the Wrath of Angeris coming in. We never get to see this talent. Awesome. There it is. Grabbing Malfurion, and that's the dead elf. Bye. Zul is freed, but Nick in position. Celestial Charge. Goodbye. Maka taken out. We see Granit Gaming playing hyper-aggressive, and they are making it work. As we see right now, Double Channel is available. Dartmock is so down. Leap is quick-picked there, and it's going to be used to grab the kill. He hadn't picked his level 10 yet, but the second he saw that Rexxar might get away, he leaps in, picks up the kill, and with that, we see a strong lead for Granit Gaming over a full level lead. As level 10 is finally hit for Chili Mountain. We have Dragon Strike, which is going to be used to zone the team out. Great angle on this. Really nicely done by Gia. Really splits the team in two there, but mid-fort still dies. God, this is a late Dragon Knight. As we see Twilight Dream as well. Unleash the Boars. We do see the Avatar. No fancy haymaker plays here with the cooldown reduction and the Poison Nova. It is straight up tank Zul. Never stood a chance. Rest in peace. Granit Gaming. This comp is so scary. if you get hit by that spear, you're just toast. Not even disguised toast, just regular unbuttered toast. Goodbye, good night. Dragon Knight still just wasting time down in bot lane. Just going to drop some Dragon Breaths. Wait out the full duration. As top takes quite a lot of damage. Some Grotta is being chased down. Henning is nearby. You can see Bergolt, not knowing where everyone is, decides not to chase all the way. Being very sensible here. Buying a lot of time. Yasuo, he thought about it. Looked for the engage. Unable to find it. Led raid for Nick. He's a big slow and a very grouped up enemy team. He can get a lot of damage coming out here. Poison Nova being used to free Malfurion from the cocoon, but it's a complete surround here with Murin already gone. Chimera is taken out. Twilight Dream on the 10-second cooldown. Try the great Dragon Strike to buy some time here. Camp is taken, so they're fighting in a spell shield here, but Rexar is absolutely doomed. We see Misha taken out. Marker in the Wrath of Angeris is completely focused, and one last Celestial Charge takes out the full Rexar. Gia, the only survivor there, and even fighting in their own camp, in their own spell armor. Granit Gaming CC Trade is choosing a second win in this series, as we do see the cap going to be available in a few minutes, so we're just going for mercenaries as much as possible. Sonya is literally just waiting for the cap, but also seeing if anyone else pushes with this bruiser cap. Oh, she was porting. My mistake. Jelly Mountain clearing up, grabbing himself a little bit of counter pressure. Looking good. Granit Gaming, 13 kills to 2. This is a very different game to game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is a whole different beast. Nick going to be clearing up these minions. You can see that melting point showing how quickly he can do this now. Skoog being the bait and also being the scout. He can escape. He has an unstoppable. Gonna instead turn around. They get the Hanzo so fast. Cocoon onto Zul to try and prevent anyone from saving the day here. They kill the wall. Twilight Dream is dropped. That might save Marker, as we do see the Poison Nova drop. The charge lands on Bergolt. Marker and Bergolt both a little low. The root is good, but it's just out of fort range. If that had been in fort range, Yasuo would have died. Good play by Chimera. Not enough though. Healing static for Muradin. He needs to sustain here. Would love a little bit of extra damage, but they're being burst out so fast. Amplify coming in for Zul. They're getting a little bit of extra damage of their own, but he's missing out on part of his build here. Great root again onto Yasuo. Not enough of a follow-up. Celestial Charge is dropped. Hasn't been enough he can chew here as Gia goes in for a great heal. Massive shove. They are out of there. Yasuo went a little deep, and Grotta will be the only one to fall there. That is still a kill for Chili Mountain. But that was very shaky. That could have been a little worse. Granit Gaming biting off more than they can chew there. But yeah, Rapid Harvest is lost in this Zul build in exchange for that amplified damage. He misses that attack speed, which is really what makes this Zul build so tanky, and he's traded it for a little bit of extra burst. That 25 armor reduction. Whee! Oh man, he went all the way back to base. But going to be recaptured, but not yet. Chimera making the most of his little movement speed talent. Staying mobile, staying safe. Level 16 is available, by the way, so Chili Mountain are fighting a talent down here. Bot is capped, but it will be abandoned real quick. Gia just out of range, getting in fact natural agility to get out of danger here. Sonya's heading top. This might be a double cap here. See the extra damage, armor piercing rounds for Tychus. The super strain for Stukov, a little bit of extra burst sustain. And Grotta will cap this as a double channel. Zul will be the one zoning. It's a ruthless Sonya, by the way, so even more damage. This is all damage talents coming in for Sonya. The only non-damage talent they've got is level 4, where they could, in theory, have gone for Poison Spear. Instead, they go for the Battle Rage, which in theory is technically more damage to mercenaries, so technically still more damage. Their way forward. Looking for a kill. They're playing hyper-aggressive. Root, this time under fort, but not enough. The fort will fall. Here comes Bergolt. They're going to try and make something out of this. Cocoon onto the Zul as Darmok is forced to back away. The bear in quite a bit of damage. Yasuo is the fight target, but if they group up too far, he will be taken out. They turn it with the teleport onto Zul. Using the Valorous Pursuit, they get Malfurion and Zul. Yasuo just outplayed everyone on the side of Chili Mountain, baiting the chase, turning it round onto the backline where he gets the perfect final hit, and the great Wrath of Angeris Valorous Pursuit engage. What a god. Yasuo just played that perfectly. Double channel is available. Skooks with the Grab a Dragon Knight and Chili Mountain are snowballing their way towards what looks like a game number 2 victory. It's a best of 5 series. As a reminder, double mercenaries being picked up, heading grabbing the siege camp. Bruiser being taken by Sonya with that battle rage, able to just burst through that so quickly. Level 16 is still not even here for Chili Mountain. It's a 3-level lead. As Granit Gaming look to extend it even further, they push in. It's 3 kills to 16. There's the Dragon Strike. Maka walking through it, trying to set up. There's the Jailers. They're trying to push forward. That is a great route. Bergalt, he's teleported onto by Yasuo. Bergalt is in trouble. He's able to get away, though. No one taken out, except for that. Down goes Maka. And this is pretty disastrous for Chili Mountain. The Dragon Breath burning through the keep. Granit Gaming are crushing forward. Chili Mountain are in trouble. They're going to try and kill Sonya. Chili Mountain rushing down onto Sonya to try and get a kill on this, and they do get Sonya. But in the meantime, the core is in trouble. It's 4 versus 4. Dragonite has 6% health left. They can hold this. There's the charge onto Murin, who's tanking through. The Dragonite has expired. They're trying to push forward. Chimera pre-tapping the fountain, meaning they're probably going to commit to this fight. Dartmock and Gia are hovering around looking to see if they can get something. They're not hyper-committing, though. They already used their engage. Top keep is going to die if they don't do something about it. Rexar sends Misha. That will save the day, but it looks like this chase will be concluded. No fights here. We see Chili Mountain trying to hunt people. Nubrak saw all this, though. They get the Unstoppable Impervious. This is level 20 is hit for Granit Gaming, and we still see Chili Mountain into level 20, looking for the fight. There's the poison over Malfurion is already gone. This is disastrous for Chili Mountain. Sonya is back. It's 4 versus 4. Until Sonya gets here. There's the teleport in, though, with the Valorous Pursuit. Lands the 2-man stun, lurking up the tribal orb, but it's actually going to be Zul who dies. Yasu's taken out. Maka is too low. Gia is too low. Gia gets away over the wall. Darmok, Maka are in serious danger. Burgle comes in, and they will escape. They actually trade positively. Chili Mountain will get away. They just dodge the virulent reaction. Burgle takes a lot of damage, but they survive. Chili Mountain survive one more time. They get a kill and get out. Bone Spear coming in for Zul. Sorry, I can't help but say it like that. Coming in for Zul here. A little bit of extra burst. They really want some extra single target damage. Intimidating presence for the Rexar here. Works on him and Misha. That damage reduction is going to be a big deal. Ariat Crater for the Sonya. Oh, yes. As we see Skoog retreating back to his team. Not going to get himself caught out of position. Imperviousness, big red button. When push comes to shove. Beerus is now back. It's still level 20 to level 18. Still a 2-level lead for Granit Gaming. And yet Chili Mountain, they trade positively. They still have time. They have a chance. Their top keep is in danger. They are in danger. Again, heroic advantage. And Sonya now being here. If Sonya rotates down, they can try and set up with the Ariat Crater here. They're going to look for Maka. They land it. There's the charge. The Cocoon is currently onto Murin, meaning no protection here. Poison Nova is dropped. Wrath of Angeris dodges the damage as Zul is taken out as the first kill in this fight. Grotta is in this backline trying to set this up. If he sees the group, he will go for the leap. The bear is being used as a sacrificial lamb. Chimera lands a beautiful route. There's the charge, and Bergalt is in trouble. Great follow-up stun to prevent the dwarf just to get him out of there. Bear will drop. Bergalt is caught in the Ariat Crater, and that is a double kill, and that will probably be enough for Granit Gaming to push in and end this game. Finding the kill onto Zul, beautifully done. They make their way in for the core. Dartmock, Gia, and Chimera. Bear is down. Valorous Pursuit into the keep. Gia is baiting them. He's wasting time. It's still holdable. Double stun onto Stukov from the core. 10 seconds until Zul. The core is taking shield damage. Malfurion is fast as hail. He's going in for max heals, but Rexar's caught out of position. Gia's doing what he can to do damage. The shield on the core still survives. There it is. That's a great Ariat crater to shut down Gia, and Taika snipes the kill with the grenade. Beautifully done there. They interrupted the Dragon Strike. Beautifully executed by Sonya, and finally the shield is going down. Marka, he's trying to tank through, but he cannot hold. Yasu is able to tank through. Malfurion is cocooned, and all that leaves is Beargold as Malfurion is taken out, and Beargold cannot hold. In fact, he's in the sky. That's going to be game number 2, going over to Granit Gaming, and they are now 1 game away from moving on to play against Simplicity. Granit Gaming, much better, much more convincing in this game at number 2. That puts them 1 game away from setting themselves up for a victory. Nice, nice. Here are the final stats. 5 kills to 24. The stats tell a very clear story, and that is that this was a much better game for Granit Gaming. Good for them. Very nicely done. That is a wonderful set for them. You can see in the end, Taika's, of course, topping the damage numbers, but there was also 44,000 damage from Sonya and Imperius, which is close to what Hanzo did. Only 20,000 less, an entire Stukov less. Muradin quite low on the damage, usually quite high as a tank, but in this case, outpaced by pretty much everyone because he didn't really have a chance to do anything. Beargold got kind of zoned real hard. This was not a good game for him. Just CC after CC after CC. Was a rough time. Alrighty, that's game number 2 in the books. Nicely done. With that, Granit Gaming now 1 game away from it becoming victorious and moving on to play against Simplicity. A reminder of what that table doth look like. You can see here, winner will play against Simplicity. Winner of that will move on to tomorrow's games, where they will be playing against Sidestep Kings and 30k. Sidestep Kings, of course, looking good. They've scaled up quite a bit, but they have lost a lot of games that a lot of people said they shouldn't have lost. 30k, just a little bit away. Small win-loss ratio away from getting into that top 3. But they did get stuck in that top 6, in top maths is hard. Top 5 instead. They currently sit in 4th place. So yeah, top 4. There you go. So they're looking good. They only have to win 1 game, remember. If they can win 1 series, sorry, not game. If they win 1 series, then 30k will be in the top 4. That's all they have to do. Everyone else has to win at least more than 1. So, I'm checking to see if we have... It looks like there is some content happening over on the mainstream, so I will jump over to that because, of course, the mainstream goes on breaks every 2 games because they're tired, I don't know. So I'm going to jump you guys over to that, and we will return once that content ends, and we'll get ready for game number 3. So see you all in just a moment.
Defender immediately, and Urel gets their full health back.
Hogger,
to this enemy team, finds 1 bounce, not enough damage, and Muradin gets picked off by 30k. 30k trying to feed these sappers.
Roll20 provides the tools you need to game in person or online for all your favorite TTRPGs. This is a service that we endorse so hard that we actually use it in our games. It's not even like we straight up use this stuff. We're talking clickable character sheets, 3D virtual dice, awesome maps, tokens for PCs, NPCs, characters, and creatures of all types. It's the stuff you need to play the games you love. You want to know how cool Roll20 is? We partnered with them to make all of our amazing battle maps for this current season of The Unsleeping City, Chapter 2, currently airing every week on Dropout.tv. Go to Roll20.net and create your free account today for all the tools, tips, tricks, forums, and community you need to make your games better, easier, and more fun. Roll20!
Introducing the X-Sleeve.
The patent pending X lead has been specifically
Okay, I thought there was
designed and
like
developed
actual
to be the
content,
ultimate-
but it turns out it's just adverts. So we're back. We will come back and we'll actually talk about the games because I thought there was some, actual content happening over there. But turns out not. We're going to be getting ready for game number 3, coming up very shortly. Granit Gaming currently 2-0 up. Let's talk about some of the heroes they have been utilizing throughout the series. They've been running a lot more melee. The Imperius is their 4th time playing Imperius, and as such, this is their 50-50 win rate now, with that victory coming in for Granit Gaming. The triple bruiser strategy, something a little bit less common for quite a few of these teams. It's nice to see them actually bring it in. Granit Gaming, for example, in the final week of play, they did start bringing in a little bit of triple melee, with a lot more Sonyas coming in. They brought the Hogger a couple of times, and they've been bringing a lot of Kira, because of course Nick is on their team. But in the weeks before that, where they played against Chili Mountain, they had that triple bruiser, but it was a little bit more focused on stuff like Leoric and Uther for double supports. And of course, their one game with Butcher, because I guess. I mean, if they could prove Butcher is good, I believe them. But so far, less so. Less so indeed. But Triple Bruiser has definitely become king when it comes to the meta. Double support being a little bit further behind it. Chili Mountain, this is really them starting to find their ground with this, because they've actually utilized a lot less Triple Bruiser than everyone else. If we look at their last week of play versus Crowd Control, we can see that they were running with Muradin Yarel as their sort of frontline, with Stukov, Junkrat, and Sylvanas in game number 1. They had Tychus and Chromie in game number 2, so again, 2 range, 2 melee with Diva and Johanna. And in game number 3, they went with Varian, Rexar, and the Zagara with a Hanzo as their main damage dealer. So again, 2 range damage dealers, 2 bruisers. They set themselves up for a little bit of failure there because they weren't following the meta. And yes, I understand trying to surpass the meta, make your own meta. In this case, Chili Mountain were a lot slower than everyone else to catch up to this style of play, which is what everyone is doing now, it seems. But doesn't mean it's too late for them, because of course the playoffs is when it matters. And for Chili Mountain, they were pretty secure for that 8th place, which begs the question, were Chili Mountain hiding their drafts? Because you usually expect, when you talk about hiding drafts, the top teams. But if you're already guaranteed last, it is just as sensible to hide your strategies, to try and gain an advantage in the playoffs. And if they'd been practicing that triple bruiser play, or that triple frontline play, then it would have been equally as smart of them to just not show it. They either have not practiced, and they would have only just done it during the off-season, or they've known for a while, and they've just hidden it to make sure that they are as ready as possible for these playoffs. And in game number 1, that's one of the best games we've seen from Chili Mountain in a while. Very good. Game 2, not so much. But this is doable. We know they have the potential now from that game number 1. We know they can bring this back. We'll just have to see if they can keep it going. In that game number 1, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit nicer. I liked that a little bit more. Game number 2, a little bit shakier. They didn't really have as much AoE CC. All of their CC was single target, whereas Granit Gaming, they had a lot of AoE CC with the engage from a Nubarak, from Imperius, even Sonya's Elite was AoE. Everything they had, it didn't matter how many people they hit, they could just keep going. It was all very short cooldown. Whereas in the case of Chili Mountain, they had a good setup. They had the Bear Stun, which they never really got to use to great effect. They had the Root from Zul, but it requires people running up. Muradin, who's very vulnerable to CC, was punished by the enemy team quite hard. They didn't really have enough immediate kill potential after they got someone to actually follow up and make that work. And as such, that is why one of the many reasons why we saw Chili Mountain losing out in that game number 2. But they have 3 games to come back. A reverse sweep is what is required by Chili Mountain now to make their way back into this series. It's going to be tough, but it is doable for them. They can do it. They full reverse sweep, and again, if they win, they will play against Simplicity. Last time that these 2 teams fought against each other, it was, of course, a win for Chili Mountain. Their only win of the season, where they lost on Battlefield of Eternity to Granit Gaming, who were running, guess what, a triple bruiser comp, but then were able to take a win against a Butcher team, and then against a Zul Jin team, and then actually beat a more meta team, where they utilized a Mephisto Zeratul composition, which is exciting. They actually used Zeratul twice during that series, which was very cool to see. Used a little bit of Hogger as well, and a lot of Varian, which is why you've been seeing Varian banned out in a couple of these games, because they like him. The single target burst setup and the single target engage is very nice to see. Very cool. So, already fun. Already some great stuff coming up for Granit Gaming, but Chili Mountain, they have shown signs of life. I'm curious what the last map, what the potentially last map is. I, of course, don't know, because I cannot see. I'm keeping an eye on the mainstream to see if it will see if they give me any information. I didn't have it open until now, though, so if anything's shown up already, I've missed it. Feels bad. But we're going to be getting ready. The mainstream is back at least, so they're off their tea break, so we can actually get into the games sooner rather than later. So that is quite nice. That does help. But overall, Granit Gaming are looking a lot stronger. They've been playing this for a lot longer. They seem to have a lot more comfort playing these style compositions. And I really like that Chili Mountain are being more flexible with their compositions. They're bringing in the Zool into the triple front line. I like that. That's cool. That's exciting. I prefer a Q-based build potentially with it, though. We'll have to see. Like some anti-healing, some anti-damage would be really nice with that. I admit I like the Thrall. Didn't work out as well as they hoped, but it did work quite well when they actually got it running. I'm curious to see if they can maybe remix that in some way, shape, or form. Thrall is strong. You just have to make sure that he has enough freedom to actually get his damage output. It's going to be cool. There's a lot of good stuff coming in here from Chili Mountain. I'm concerned about the synergies. And of course, right now, Granit Gaming have a lot more of a synergistic comp. They are a little more used to their compositions. So, let's head into the draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this rolling on what could be the final game of this series. We still have another series after it, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Let's see if Chili Mountain can begin the reverse sweep. They have opted for first pick. They're going to remove Uther. Battlefield of Eternity is the map. Hogger, taken out of action. No surprise. Granit Gaming play a lot of Hogger, but it's still a sensible ban because Hogger is annoying. D.Va, taken out of action. Game number 1, very hard to deal with. D.Va is just a strong hero in general. It's a very sensible ban. Now then, Granit Gaming. What do we see for them? They ban the variant, sticking with it. Chili Mountain, Beargold has shown that he is very strong on that variant. Just get rid of it. Save yourself the effort. Stukov. Still the top support. Keep it simple. Use what you know works. Very sensible indeed. See the Cassia coming in. So far, it's a pretty similar draft. Muradin again for Granit Gaming. Very similar draft to game number 1. But here we go. We see a little bit of variation. The Garrosh is coming in once again, but this time we get Li Ming for Chili Mountain. Much better on the Immortal race. Great poke. Could be very strong here. A little bit vulnerable to Muradin. Got to make sure you time those teleports right, but still strong. Where's Medivh? Good point, Granit. Medivh has been let through and not banned by either team. A great point. Well made, friend. I'm so used to not seeing him in drafts, I forgot about him. We're going to see the Yorel banned away. Now, what do we see? With Yorel taken out, Cassia's on the board, Muradin in play. They ban Lucio. Again, speed is very hard to deal with, so take that out of action. Very interesting. They do play Medivh. Both these teams have shown Medivh. 1 win, 100% win rate for Chili Mountain, Granit Gaming. 2 wins, 200%. 2 wins, 100% win rate. Both have played it. Who has the balls? Anduin and Rexar. Maybe they've just come to an agreement to just ignore Medivh. Maybe they've agreed amongst each other. Jelly Mountain's composition is potentially a better Medivh composition because they can portal in Garrosh, which makes it very strong. Sylvanas. And Imperius. Not a triple bruiser. They're going with an extra range here. They need that immortal race. A little bit more sensible on this map in particular. Granit Gaming now. They still have the hyper carry Cassia. With Rexar damage not being bad either, do they triple bruiser? Triple frontline? Or do they bring extra range? They bring extra range as well. More standard for both these teams this time. The Reina and Medivh is ignored. Neither team going in for the Guardian here. Rexar has a lot of immortal damage. In terms of immortal race, Granit Gaming, I think, come out a little bit stronger. In fact, yes, I'm positive they come out a little bit stronger when it comes to immortal race. Anduin, with that leap of faith, will help protect people who get pulled in by that Imperius. That could be a smart pickup here. Overall, solid drafts by both these teams. I'm not sure who I prefer. I think I lean to Granit Gaming because I think the Rexar, he's a little bit more vulnerable to Imperius, but they now have the Bear, which gives them a lot of safety against Rexar and against Garrosh and against the Imperius, so they can actually play a little bit further back and use that Bear as scouting. Yes, it will be a sacrificial Bear, but honestly, when you have heroes like Cassia who are a little more close range, that's fine. Stay safe, don't die. And of course, Anduin, I think, is going to be the saving grace here. The Anduin could be the biggest draft pick when it comes to the side of Granit Gaming. We'll find out as we are heading into game number 3, potentially the last one, unless this team on the left can get a full reverse sweep. Jelly Mountain, Stukov, played by Chimera. Gia, okay, thank you, Observer. Alright, I guess we'll talk about Granit Gaming. Nick on the Cassia, Yasu on the Reina, Henning on the Anduin, Skoog on Muradin, and Svamgrotta is playing Rexar. Ooh, easy prey coming in here at level 1. Fancy. Gonna get this started. Exterminator starting off as well. Jelly Mountain, of course, on the left. Gia is on the Li Ming. Dark Mirror is on the Stukov. The Garrosh is being played by Beargalt. And of course, we are going to have top lane. The Darkmok is going to be playing the Imperius, and the Sylvanas shall be played by. Are they going to show us? I want to do it when he's on screen. Hype him up. Ooh, Ben the Impure coming in for Imperius. They're coming in. They're coming in. And featuring Marker on the Sylvanas, making it onto screen. Coming in from stage north, which is not a thing. Starting very aggressive. Marker forced to back away. Alright, so let's talk about what we see here. Charge strikes for Nick. Not going with the more expected poke build on this map, where you can try and race down the objective from a distance. Reina with, of course, the Exterminator. Very effective here. Not too surprised to see that. A little bit of damage onto Beargalt. Try to play safe. Make sure he doesn't get caught out of position and taken out. So yeah, let's talk about that Rexar level 1. Easy prey. Minions and mercenaries are the bonus damage that the Bear does here. It does not work against monsters, so it will not work on the Immortal, but it does give them a lot of very effective camp clear, meaning that Svamgrotta can soak the lane while getting the camp. In this case, he's not gonna. He's just gonna sustain through and just help himself get that camp, or Cassia is able to zone out Imperius. It's gonna be a camp for camp trade. Both teams grabbing one of their own. Sylvanas going with Will of the Forsaken at level 1, giving themselves a little bit of extra spell power, a more single target burst build. Not going with the percentage damage that we saw get very popular recently, but in this case, it's a spam out Shadow Dagger build. They'll go for Lost Souls at level 7, and that allows them to get the extra attack speed. Ooh, big stun. That's nice, but great throw onto Henning. Damage output's good, and Li Ming Gia snipes the kill. But you will see the extra attack speed from that Will of the Forsaken to get a lot of extra cooldown reduction on Lost Souls, which gets cooldowns from auto attacks. Gia body blocked in and teleports. They're dead. Nice. And of course you get the extra spell power to increase the damage of every single Shadow Dagger. It's a very solid build, it's a very safe build, and they're even going with a little bit of possession. They can't afford to stay in lane too long, just possess stuff and move on. Hungry Bear for Svamgrotta as well. really mixing up the builds here. Going with the auto attack sustain. They want to send in Misha to do stuff alone. And again, this is usually the solo boss build. If you're trying to meme on a map with a boss and just send Misha to do it alone, this is the build you go. Very interesting. Very exciting to see. Skoog, thrown, doesn't get his dwarf toss off. It's interrupted. It's put on the short cooldown. Skoog in trouble. Leap of Faith has to be used. Very nearly caught out and killed there. Yasuo gets a little bit of damage, making the most of that Exterminator. Sledgehammer from Muradin as well. Great Immortal Race. Race very much in favor of Granite Gaming here, but Chili Mountain. They're taking up the defensive position. They're ready to fight. Bruiser Camp switching in for both teams. Darmok going to try and set up with this. Yasuo ready to defend. He is alone though. Doesn't want to get caught out. Sylvanas doing the same thing up in top lane, dealing with that. There's a big stun. Onto Beargold. He does have Indomitable, but he's holding it as they turn around onto Nick. Throw is there, but no follow-up stun. In fact, they just delivered Nick to Gia, who's forced to back away. And there's the turnaround kill. Darmok will be taken out. The re-maneuvering of the members of Chili Mountain completely shut down there. As Gia was put in danger, everyone else was forced to retreat. And as such, Granite Gaming were able to isolate and kill off that Imperius. They make their way in, blasting through. Race, again, easily won by Granite Gaming, but still some decent damage is done by Chili Mountain. Bringing that down to a third health on that Immortal. Maka, Bear's thrown in, and Bear is gone. It's exactly what Chili Mountain need to be doing. Celestial Charge does not land, but Lurking Arm does. They're going to try and chase forward. Nick in trouble, trying to burst through, making the most of that burn the impure percentage damage, but Darmok cannot go any further. They cannot afford to chase. They cannot afford to dive. There's that Lost Souls, as we predicted, at level 7. Level 13 is a little bit more flexible. They can kind of just do whatever they want there. Another W-based build for Henning on that Anduin. Very cool to see. It's a lot of extra burst healing, as that's a lot of damage onto Beargold. Gets away. Let's get that Holy Nova. It's very nice indeed. Making their way in. And that Immortal, with the help of the entirety of Granite Gaming, they are going to get this fort. First fort of the game, already going to Granite Gaming. They go for the disengage. You can see Dartmok looking to see if they could run past and see if they could get a counter kill. No such luck this time. They will be forced to back up. Remember, people, if you're enjoying the show, maybe consider dropping a sub or a donation. If you are watching on Twitch, Bits, or Streamlabs. If you're watching on YouTube, Streamlabs link is in the link below the video. And of course, there's the join button where you can become a member and support for as low as 99 cents. I don't get paid for this. I only survive on the kindness of everyone watching. We see the focus onto the mercenaries. More pressure to be applied by Chili Mountain, trying to give themselves a little bit of freedom. The Bear makes it onto the point, but not worth it, because here comes Beargold. That is a huge focus. Yasuo looks for an attempt at a counter kill, but that was a great flank by Beargold on that Garrosh. Second kill is achieved, evening up the kill count, in fact, for Chili Mountain and Granite Gaming. Granite Gaming, though, they are pushing very hard in the top lane because they can see so many people in bot lane. Gia trying to slow down the retreat, see if he can delay them in time for the rest of his team to arrive. And he delays them a little bit. Not enough to set up a kill, though. Instead, oh, that landed. We instead see the retreat coming out of the members of Granite Gaming. They will reset and regroup as a 5. Chili Mountain, they've dealt with most of the mercenary in top lane, got a lot of XP. Level 10, just around the corner. 18 seconds till the objective. Can either of these teams find enough minions to achieve that level 10? It's very close. Big root. Garrosh held down. Holds the Indomitable again, though. Delays it. Beargold choosing not to throw the bear. They just wait it out. Gia takes a very risky rotation, having not having eyes on Muradin. And level 10 achieved pretty much simultaneously. There's throw. They're going to try and take out the bear quickly here. And able to do so. Full lightning. Split between those frontliners. Dartmok and Beargold tanking through. Mind control is the single target burst for Maka. See what they can do with it. A lot of focus. Bear from behind is dodged. The Boars lands on everyone, though. Big slows. Defensive positions for Granite Gaming on Chili Mountain side of the map. And Berkel just runs it in. Takes a huge amount of damage, but he gets Skoog into the backline. Leap of Faith saves the day. Mind control onto Nick. That's a big mind control. They focus it down. Light Bomb hits absolutely no one ever. Angelic Armaments takes out Raider. Great play by Darkbulk, and here comes the disengage. The health bars of Chili Mountain basically non-existent. That was a big fight for Chili Mountain, but they lose so much of the Immortal because while they were taking that fight, Granit Gaming snuck a full 50% of that Immortal off by splitting their focus. 4-man defense, and then fighting the 5-man. 1 man rushing the Immortal. But here comes Chili Mountain. Man advantage for a couple seconds it takes for Raider to make it back. Goodbye, Bear. Chasing forwards, that Celestial Charge does not land. Bear got not topped up. Chimera doing his best, trying to keep everyone healthy. You see Sam Grotto was thinking about flanking around, seeing if he could get a position to either release the balls or try and race the Immortal. Instead, just going to lob some axes. Bear is back. Nick is in position. And we can see Chili Mountain. They're outnumbered again. They have a tiny XP advantage, but they're being zoned away. They can't find their angles. They're going to try and take out Skoog again. If they can get the tag, that's big. Light Bomb will give him the shield. That might be what he needs. It is the Taunt Mind Control on Nick again, though. Takes out one of the main damage dealers. This has been the play. Mind Control is the carrying ability, as we are seeing right now. Maka is carrying this game for his team. As Chili Mountain rush onto the Immortal, they're going to get themselves an Immortal. That's a big deal for them. That's a lot of extra push. It's going to be pushing into the top lane. Nicely done. Chili Mountain still in this game, and as such, still in this series. A very small XP lead. Bruiser Cap will be taken by Granit Gaming. This will actually push into the Immortal lane, so it's a little bit of extra D push for them. That Fallen Shaman does have a ranged ability, so it will just siege it down bit by bit. They, of course, have Yasuo. Their race is good. Counter race on the bot lane. Chili Mountain not pushing with the Immortal. Reina will just be able to clean this up alone then. Won't have too much trouble. Top 4 will survive. Bot 4 not looking so good. Light Bomb into the fray. Gets them out of there, but Maka not looking so hot. He does not get the Haunting Wave out of there. Bergot's going to be killed off. And their split's potential is shut down. Granit Gaming just ruined Chili Mountain. Chili Mountain, their hopes are starting to look a little shaky. Down goes the Bear. Bear is taken out. Granit Gaming, they made a risky play. They thought they could try and maybe get a double 4, but instead they lose 2 members. Imperius landing a stun underneath the fort was not enough, and the huge damage output was easily enough to just take out Sonya. Not Sonya, Sylvanas, the other S hero. Level 13 hit a little bit earlier for Granit Gaming with those 2 kills. You see that extra range, the Gloves of Alacrity for Nick keeps him safer. Speed of the Pious for Anduin. Leap of Faith gets Nick out of there. Bear's gone again though. It's all XP. All little bits of XP going over to Chili Mountain here, and they keep picking up that Bear. Extra attack speed, leap. They get the stun onto Stukov, who is absolutely melted. Mind Control is dropped with the follow-up stun, but there's no damage. Gia is taken out. Maka is doing everything he can, but he is isolated. Bergot is down, and that was a brutal fight. Mind Control was landed, but the Light Bomb onto Stukov was great, and the kill onto the Li Ming was so fast that the damage output was removed from the fight before anything could be said. Maka really did his best to try and get some counter damage, especially with that Cold Embrace he now is level 13, but he got eaten, forced to back up, and that was a very convincing fight for Granit Gaming. Full control. They still haven't lost a fort. We're even just going to see Heading go back to get topped up on mana. Every fort is down for Chili Mountain. Keeps are remaining, though. They still have a chance. Defensive measures, by the way, for Garrosh, going with an extra little bit of sustain. Here comes the race. Again, Granit Gaming. Their race is better. They take the halftime show pretty convincingly. The Bear will live this time. Bear lives. Philip reaction just short of landing. As the Immortals land in defensive positions. It's level 13 to level 13. Granit Gaming with a level and a bit lead. There's the throw onto Skoog. Is Gia's damage enough? No. They burn Avatar and Leap of Faith, though. Could be worse. Chili Mountain. They're looking for their angle. They're waiting for Dwarf Toss to come back off cooldown. That is their win condition, just getting picks here with this composition. They have Imperius, they have Garrosh, and they've been very much leaning on Bear God to get these engages so far. Here they come. Lots of shots. Darmok took a little bit of damage, but he's able to hold through. Avoiding danger. Throw. Skoog. The follow-up stun does not land. Light Bomb on both the frontliners. They're able to tank through it, though. Both able to escape. Bergold, defensive measures. He's completely isolated. Mind Control will take out Yasu, though. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but it's main tank for Assassin. Dartmok is now going to have to do all the engaging for the team until Mind Control comes back off cooldown or until Garrosh gets back. He's going to try it, though. Gets Skoog in the Immortal Stun, and down he goes. But that was a fend and a half from Nick. Nick just ate the backline solo with the Surge of Light, with the Fed. He just deleted the grouped up members of Chili Mountain, and that engage, it looked so good. They got the Muradin, but at what cost? The Immortal goes down, and that is going to be pushing in for a keep. Go on, Henning. Get it. Well, they're delaying it. Oh, they want the camps. Okay, they leashed 2 camps in the time it takes that Immortal to activate. Very nice. I like that. They gave more time for Chili Mountain to be... Oh, no. They don't leash it. Everyone retreated accidentally. They very nearly lose that camp. But they do get it. That is now 2 mercenaries pushing in top lane. An Immortal with over 50% shield pushing in the bottom lane. Everything's coming up Granit Gaming as they bring everyone down. Rexar is on the way. Beargolt's in position. Bear's going to find Beargolt. Into the base. And goodbye, Bear. That still took a very long time for the Bear to go down. That's not good news. Light Bomb dodged by Gia. Nicely done. They get a follow-up stun. They're looking for it. Mind Control, but Leap of Faith is burned. Darmok took a lot of damage while that was happening. The split focus. And the Immortal, in melee mode now, will take out the keep. With 50% health left, we see Granit Gaming fishing for a kill. It's going to be Bergold who goes in, though. Skoog dives in. That's Bergold taken out. Darmok's spear does not land, and that's going to be GG right there. With Darkmok taken out, Skoog will die. That is a reset for Gia, the one remaining saving grace here, but it's not looking good. Yasu is uncontested. He's so much of the damage here. He's not even touched as the core goes down. And Granit Gaming take the 3-0 in the CCL playoffs. With that, Granit Gaming are victorious. They have made their way into series number 2. They will be playing against Simplicity in the second series of the day. 13 kills to 8. Chili Mountain. They put on their best shoes and they really came to play today. But Granit Gaming were the better team. Redeemed! They were the only team who had not taken a 3-0 versus Chili Mountain. They were the only team to not wipe Chili Mountain. But today, on this day in the playoffs, when it really mattered, Granit Gaming have redeemed themselves and they have finally joined the Chili Mountain 3-0 club. Chili Mountain, commiserations to them if there is a Season 2 of CCL. Best of luck to the players and maybe to the org if they return to for what they did and if they can keep it going. But for now, very nicely played, very well done. But Granit Gaming, well deserved. They are victorious. And they will be moving on to play against Simplicity. Let's have a look at that table and see where that path will lead them. In fact, let's do a quick refresh while we're here, which is going to make it look real bad, but we're doing it anyway. Refresh cache. How up to date is this page going to be? How annoying is this going to be for me? Scroll! Whee! Boop! Not up to date! Oh wait, up to date! Hooray! They did it! They did it. There we go. So, Very nicely done. Chili Mountain are the first team to be eliminated. They took a grand total of 3 maps this entire season, but they still tried their best. We can still give love to the players. We can still give them love for giving us quite a show today, especially that game number 1. Really fun to see. But for now, let us no longer talk about the teams that have passed. Let us talk about the matches that are to come. Today we have one more series, one more best of 5 coming up for you. Simplicity, team number 5. 6. I really can't maths today. Team who finished in position number 6 are the next matchup for Granit Gaming. Winner of that will, of course, play against Sidestep Kings, and winner of that plays against 30k. Winner overall makes their way into that final position to play against Crowd Control. Today, it is Simplicity versus Granit Gaming. Tomorrow, we will have Sidestep Kings and 30k playing in the final places of the Gauntlet phase. The last time Simplicity and Granit Gaming went against each other, it was in week number 3, and Simplicity took a 3-2 versus Granit Gaming. Busting out some fun stuff like Genjis. There was an ETC back in the day. There were some Medivhs involved. There was Kerrigan's busted out by Nick. Always fun to see. But in this case, we'll see how they can do. But that's going to be coming up next, of course, in the next series. So what we're going to do is take you to the post-game interview on the main stream while we get set up for our second series of the day. So I'm going to send you over to that. Don't go anywhere, everyone. When that interview is over, I'll come back to me, and then when we go on they go on break, I will go on break, and I'll be able to use the bathroom. So I'll take you over there right now.
Yeah.
With that momentum, and you don't have to give away too much because I'm sure Simplicity's watching as well, taking notes. But
yeah, be careful what you ask.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to word things.
No
as
sugar.
well,
Sorry, no sugar.
No. That wasn't my question. I'm honest to God, I'm not expecting it. This is teams coming in with the most seriousness and serious intentions, and so with that, going into this next series, are you adjusting anything draft-wise from your side as well as going into that enemy team? Are you conscious or worried about the Zeratul play coming out from Simplicity? Because Lutano had insane showcasing of that Zeratul a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, we practiced a whole lot this week and also looked a bit at Simplicity's matches. There was like some comps that they had the most general success with in these last 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's
team-specific preparation is ready. We wish you a lot of luck with that.
Indeed. Well, we're going to let you go in just a moment. But before we do any quick shout-outs, we know you're going to play again in a moment, but in case we don't have you back for the next interview, any shout-outs to make?
I mean, of course, shout-outs to Granit. Shout-outs to you guys and the CCL for arranging all of this. Now when it's the playoffs, it's really fucking hype. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
All right. And I want to clarify, too, when I said we might not have you back for the next interview, we didn't mean we think you're going to lose. We just mean we want to spread the love and we'll have somebody else from the team on, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously, yeah. All right, well, good luck with the prep. Looking forward to seeing the next match, and thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, there you go. Henning from Granit Gaming. Few minutes for them to get set for their next match against Simplicity. That's going to be a pretty hype one, pretty fire, as you said. So we're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere, guys. The gauntlet continues here on HeroesCCL right after this.